So, what was your first pair of basketball shoes that you can remember?
Sheesh. First pair of basketball shoes, I would say, I think they were a pair of probably Stephon Marbury's. Or matter of fact, I think they was Hyperdunks because Hyperdunks was real big back then. So I think there was a pair of Hyperdunks. Like they were probably all black because I wanted to match with everything. So they were probably like all black.
And like, was the like back home was the sort of the rules where your shoes had to match the uniforms that you were playing in? Or
No, they didn't have to match. They didn't have to match at all. I just kind of either had an all black pair because I didn't really back then. My parents was only buying me like one or two pair of basketball shoes, so I had to make it match with everything.
yeah, yeah, no. To be fair, I think most people that I've spoke to have said the same sort of thing. In that, like, when you first get into to playing, your parents sort of don't want to go out and spend two, three, £400 or dollars on pairs of shoes when they're not even sure, I guess, if it's gonna turn into anything. Obviously for you it did. So at the minute, what sort of what shoes are your go-to shoes when you're playing?
Actually, I have these shoes right here. These right now I'm kind of working on kind of expanding my variety a little bit. So I like this little colorway like Lamelo Balls, the
Oh,
BUs. This is one
nice.
side of the shoe, and the other shoe is like different. It's kind of like a vibe of like the Kobe's or what the KD's or whatever, what the LeBrons, kind of like that series of kicks. But
Oh, damn.
yeah,
So what?
and they comfortable. They're very comfortable too. Because I'm a guy about like comfortability too. I don't just really wear a shoe just because of style. It gotta be comfortable for me to wear also.
No, it's funny you should mention that because when I played in school, and don't sort of get confused, I was never any good, but when I played, I enjoyed it. And I always thought that Jordans were the best looking shoe. Michael Jordan was the best player at the time. I think he'd just gone back to the Wizards, and so there's a big thing about Jordan. So I went out and got some. I'm not even sure if they were legitimate. They were probably like off the back of a lorry somewhere. But they looked the part and it felt the part, but trying to play in a pair of Jordan 1s was just, me feet were just shredded. Like,
Yeah,
they're not the best, but the most comfortable pair of shoes that I've got are the KD, what are the KD Tray 5s, I think they are.
okay, yeah. I like KDs too.
And that it's like walking on bubbles, it's walking on air. It's like they're so comfortable now. Are you quite a superstitious person when it comes to picking shoes? Like, do you not like changing them up in case it brings you bad luck?
Not too much. Like maybe if like I kind of get a little sprained ankle or something in a pair of kicks, I kind of veer away from that pair of shoes, but not too much like superstitious wise.
Yeah. But have you met Chloe Gaynor yet? Chloe plays for the
Yeah.
yeah. So I did the first episode that I did with her. She was saying that like she's got a pair of, I think, LeBron 19s, and she's got a pair of I think they were Kyrie's, like early edition Kyrie's, and she said that she can't deviate from those. And I think she said that she tried it once and she had a bad game, and she's never gone back to changing that. So I like to ask the question to see if you are superstitious or not. But do you have any superstitions when you play, or are you pretty straight that way?
Not pretty, no superstitions. I probably have some rituals that I do probably before the game and stuff, but not really superstition wise.
Are they sort of because you see a lot of footballers, and the sort of the come onto the field and they have to come onto the field on their right foot and then jump to their left foot. Is it like that, or is it just more behind the scenes getting ready kind of rituals?
I say more like behind the scenes to get my mind prepared for the game type ritual.
Yeah, which is a massive part, and I think it's a part that probably most people don't think about. They just kind of see you come out, warm up, you play a game, and then you go home. But I guess it starts, if tip off's at 7:30, you're probably trying to get your mind in the right place, like a couple of hours before that, I guess. So on the court, obviously, you've got those. What were they? They were
Lamelo Ball Be You.
yeah, yeah. What would you go to if just sort of out and about in town? What would be your go-to kicks that you choose?
I'm more of a Yeezy person. Like Adidas is real comfortable, and Yeezy is producing some heat right now, and always kind of been, even when he was with Nike. But I got a mixture of a lot of things, like a variety of shoes, Nike SBs. I got some Jordans in there, some Off Whites. But my go-tos probably would be Yeezys, any like Wave Runners or Yeezy V2s, V3s. Yeah.
Have you experimented with the foam runners yet? Have you gone that far? Or
Yeah, I got a pair of foam runners. Yeah.
What are they like? I can't. When I look at them, it doesn't feel right. But like, is a functional shoe? Are they all right? Or
Yeah, they're very comfortable. And it's like the typical everyday shoe that you'll just kind of slip on and go out in.
they don't look like don't look comfortable at all.
Yeah, and I'm more of a different. Like I kind of wear stuff just to kind of be different. So a lot of people may not like it because it look kind of different than your typical shoe, but I kind of like just wearing it just because that reason.
So like, aside from the comfort element, like what do you look for like in a shoe when if you're looking for a new pair? What's your criteria?
My criteria is if I see a lot of people in the shoe, it's kind of gonna make me kind of not even really honestly want the shoe like that. But so first I knock that out, and then the colorways, I'm kind of more of a black and tan cream type of guy. So if that in that colorway, or I kind of go for it most likely.
So, and obviously I know the whole premise of this was about shoes. So I just wanted to kind of throw a final couple of quick fire questions about your collections, and then we'll leave it there. I know you've just finished practice, so you'll be wanting to probably get some sleep before the game tomorrow. So how many pairs do you think you have in total right now?
I probably have about close to 50 to 60 pairs. That's not too many. I don't think that's too many. I think because I know some people that got hundreds of pairs of shoes, but I got probably about somewhere in the range of 50 to 60 pairs. Yeah, maybe like 60 pairs plus shoes.
I thought I was bad for having like 6 pairs of Jordans. Like, I'm going to show this to my wife afterwards just to kind of say, like, look, you think my 6 is bad? Like, yeah. I got there with like 50 and 60 pairs, you know.
Yeah, but I kind of get attached to my shoes. Like, even though I may not wear them for years, I just be so attached to them, I can't let them go. So I just keep them over years and kind of form a collection with them, honestly.
When you've sort of started playing for new teams, do you go for a new pair of shoes to kind of to mark that period, or do you kind of stick with the ones that you've had from previous years?
A little bit of both here and there. Like if I hoop in a shoe the previous season and it doesn't have too much wear and tear in it, then I'll kind of bring it along with me for that next season and kind of throw another pair in with it just to kind of interchange it out and get that flow going in.
What would you say has been the your least favorite pair of shoes? Like the shoe that there's been a lot of hype about and you've seen it and you've kind of gone, that's not happening.
I would probably say Kyrie's. That's just my opinion because I know a lot of my friends hooping Kyrie's, but yeah. I tried a pair of Kyrie's out and I didn't really. They were kind of narrow at the toe to me, and I don't like that because then my toe kind of hit the front of the shoe, so I kind of stopped wearing Kyrie's.
Last question: if you had unlimited amounts of money, what would be the first pair of shoes that you would go and buy right now?
Right now, I would probably. That's a tough question. I would probably go buy those. I'll probably have to go back to the old school and get those the Nerf KD4s.
Yeah.
I probably have to get those. Those are my grills.
Yeah, they would. I mean, do they even still sell them? Like,
nah, yeah, you got to just know somebody to know somebody to get those.
Like, I started going on it. There's a website called is it StockX? I think it's called.
Yeah, StockX. Yeah.
You see some of the prices, like some of the OG Jordan 1s, like 30 grand, and you just like for a pair of shoes.
Yeah,
like, people buy them like it's crazy, man. Absolutely.